In the 2015 Pew Global Research, it was found that 73% of Tanzanian adults own mobile phones, as opposed to 89% of those in the US. Of those Tanzanians, 39% use their phones for mobile banking.
Africa is leading the way in mobile banking, where mobile is actually being highlighted to take over the normal financial institutions.
The financial sector in Africa is going through a major change. Previously dependent on informal services such as savings groups, which allow for different members in rural communities to pool portions of their savings together.
The rise of mobile banking continues to create a competitive landscape for financial institutions, but security of that platform has not kept pace.
Risks, privacy, data security,
and surveillance. Some of the newly created and existing financial mobile applications, such as Chomoka, aim to cater to the forgotten masses. Though many argue this is a positive, it cannot be ignored that issues of data and privacy breaches as well as surveillance occur. In recent years, the issue of surveillance has occurred in many African nations. In the case of Uganda's Fungua Macho initiative, which saw the government spy and track political opposition party members, as well as citizens deemed dangerous to the state's security. This has also been seen in Ethiopia and Sudan, as well as in other African nations in recent years. It can be said it is as though African countries are entering the world's newest arms race for cyber weapons and surveillance. With the digital race in innovation updating and bringing Africa to the forefront of the global emerging markets, we must also highlight factors that are often forgotten and deemed insignificant in the face of digital innovation. Laws and legal bills and acts are far behind in digital Africa. Issues of privacy and big data continuously disputed among the government, corporations, and private citizens. Rights to privacy are often ignored and substituted with commercial and political interests and gains. The other factor that must be considered is related to the citizens in themselves. With mobile banking apps aimed at rural citizens, it cannot be ignored that high levels of illiteracy as well as financial and digital illiteracy exist. Rural communities become unaware and unable to learn their rights when it comes to the digital space. This, along with the lack of appropriate digital skills, affords a difficult transition and a halt to digital adaptivity within rural Africa. Though developmental agencies try to breach this divide by working with the users, village groups, and target groups through the creation and implementation process, it often becomes difficult due to financial as well as cultural constraints. It can be said the playing field is being leveled for the low-income nations of Africa in the global context. But we must still ask ourselves, at what cost? The risk of greater surveillance paired with privacy and data breaches is all too real.